From JBS Studios in Greater New York, this is the JBS News Update with Teisha Bader.
I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Tuesday, January the 24th, 2023. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu made a surprise trip today to Jordan to meet with King Abdullah II. Netanyahu's office said the two leaders discussed regional issues and cooperation and praised the long-standing friendship and partnership between Israel and the Hashemite Kingdom. A statement from Jordan said King Abdullah stressed to Netanyahu the importance of respecting the historical and legal status quo in Al-Aqsa Mosque, the Temple Mount, and stressed the need to maintain calm and cease all acts of violence in order to pave the way for peace, also reaffirming support of the two-state solution. Jordan has custodianship over the Temple Mount, and the Times of Israel cited a diplomatic source telling Israel's Channel 12 News that Netanyahu promised Abdullah that the status quo there would be preserved. That includes the permitting of Jews and other non-Muslims to visit the holy site during certain hours, but not to pray there. Netanyahu last night met with a delegation from the American Jewish Committee Executive Council at the Knesset in Jerusalem. His office said the prime minister spoke on a number of issues with the group, which included CEO Ted Deutsch, including the danger from Iran and the importance of expanding the Abraham Accords. The Prime Minister thanked the AJC leaders for their activity on behalf of Jews around the world and for strengthening the very important bond between Israel and the U.S. Israel's President Isaac Herzog shared his continued concerns over the deep rifts in Israel regarding the new government's planned judicial reforms, sharing on social media remarks he made at an education conference today in Tel Aviv, where he said this is a time of emergency and the responsibility lies with us, saying he has been working to prevent a historic constitutional crisis and stop the further division in the nation. Herzog saying, I detect initial signs of goodwill and hope that we reach results that are based on a matter of fact and respectful dialogue between the authorities and on listening to the public and its concerns. Herzog, by the way, will fly to Belgium tomorrow, Wednesday, and address the European Parliament in Brussels on Thursday to commemorate International Holocaust Remembrance Day. And just ahead of that commemoration day, the American Jewish Committee released a study on how much Americans know about the Holocaust, asking just over 1,000 adults in the U.S. last October questions like, how many Jews were murdered in the Holocaust, which only 53% correctly answered 6 million. Also asking how Adolf Hitler became Chancellor of Germany, only 39% correctly saying it was by a democratic political process. AJC CEO Ted Deutsch said lacking knowledge can open pathways to trivialization and denial of the Holocaust that also contribute to rising anti-Semitism. Deutsch said, as we mark International Holocaust Remembrance Day, it is imperative that Americans continue to learn about the most documented planned genocide in modern history, the Nazi extermination of 1/3 of the Jewish people. Well, switching gears now to some entertainment news. The nominees were announced today for the 95th Academy Awards. Among the Jewish nominees, Steven Spielberg leads the pack with 7 Oscar nominations for The Fabelmans, including for Best Picture, Best Screenplay, which he shares with Jewish playwright and screenwriter Tony Kushner, and Best Director, Spielberg's 9th nomination in that category, tying him with Martin Scorsese for the second most directing nominations in Oscar history. The most nominated director, by the way, that would be the late William Wyler with 12. Judd Hirsch was nominated for his work in The Fabelmans in the Best Supporting Actor category. Sarah Polley, whose father was Jewish, was nominated for Best Adapted Screenplay for Women Talking. Jamie Lee Curtis, whose father was Jewish, was nominated for her Best Supporting Actress role in Everything Everywhere All at Once. Jay Rosenblatt was nominated for Best Documentary Short for How Do You Measure a Year? And Justin Hurwitz nominated for Best Original Score for Babylon. The Oscars will be held on March the 12th. Taking a look now at our programming for tonight on JBS for Tuesday, January the 24th at 7 o'clock. Rabbi Hirsch speaks on the values of tolerance, compassion, respect, and freedom. At 7:30, Central Synagogue hosts the world premiere of composer Michael Shapiro's Voices of the Holocaust, a concert based on Sephardic poetry of the Shoah featuring Cantor Daniel Mutlu, Ember Choral Arts, and the American Music Ensemble. At 9, Mark Golub sits down with Holocaust survivor, the late Moshe Avital, on L'chaim. At 10:30, Eric Goldman is joined by Sarah Botstein and Lynn Novick, co-directors of the Ken Burns documentary series, The U.S. and the Holocaust, on Jewish Cinematheque. And coming up next, it's Good Week, Israel. And that's the JBS News Update for Tuesday, January the 24th, 2023. I'm Teisha Bader. Stay healthy, stay well.